This is Founders Games Metaverse Rounds.
Welcome to the Founders Games.
The biggest growth stage challenge on the planet with $6 million award. The collective intelligence of 250 VC investors evaluated over 3,000 applications of growth stage companies. Only 60 made it to this third round.
Thrilled to be here. So great to be a part of Webital.
All of them are superheroes. They are saving the future of the humankind by generating social and environmental impact through their exponentially growing innovative businesses. Welcome to the better future. Founders Game starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Robotics Week in the third round of Founders Games. The founders of the best 4 robotics companies are getting ready to compete for the chance to move on to the semi-finals. So let's not make them wait too long, and let me introduce today's jury members. Please give a warm welcome to the Webital Investment Network Chairman and Founders Games Investor in Residence, Dr. Plamen Russev. I'm sure our regular viewers already know Dr. Russev, but for anyone just tuning in, he is our founder and represents over 30 years of experience in tech as a serial entrepreneur, community builder and investor. Welcome once again, Plamen.
Thank you. I'm excited to meet the top founders in the robotics domain, the week which we all waited for, and to select the one to advance to the semifinals with the help of the collective intelligence of great fellow investors.
We're all excited, Dr. Russev. And I'm especially thrilled to welcome Arne and Morteani as a founding partner at Kiko Ventures, a $450 million evergreen VC dedicated to climate tech investing. Hi Arne, glad to have you with us.
Thanks very much. It's a great pleasure to be here and really looking forward to getting to know these companies. Robotics has been very close to our heart for years, so really excited to be here. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Arne. Next, joining our investors jury for the third time this season is Bakhrom Ibragimov, a partner at Molten Ventures. Hello Bakhrom, please tell us more about Molten Ventures.
Hello, thank you for having me again. I've always a lot of fun to be part of your journey. About Molten is a pan-European venture capital fund. We invest across all the stages, starting from Series A to growth equity, and I actually looking for more partners.
Thank you. A warm welcome now to Ajay Ramachandran, co-founder of ifMagic Ventures, who brings decades of experience as a successful serial entrepreneur and startup investor. Welcome Ajay. Please share more about yourself and ifMagic Ventures.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you. I'm a founding partner in ifMagic Ventures. It stands for Indistinguishable from Magic. We are investing in highly disruptive, category-defining companies that are trying to make the world a better place. As a fund, we focus on the seed stage. We typically write a $2 to $3 million check. We're based out of the Silicon Valley, but invest globally.
Thank you, Ajay. Quite an impressive jury, isn't it? Without further ado, let's review the rules and dive into today's pitches from our talented participants. The jury shall evaluate the top companies in this vertical and shall select a winner against 6 equally important criteria. 1. Business model scalability, market adoption and timing. 2. Uniqueness of the idea. 3. Team capacity. 4. Funding and financing. 5. Leadership and personal qualities. And 6. Impact factor. Is the company generating social and environmental change? Each criteria brings up to 10 points, so the maximum a company can get from each jury member is 60 points. Only 5 of the semi-finalists shall reach to the final round and win a share of a $6 million award. Let the Founders Games begin.
Participant number 1.
Now let's see who is in the backstage.
Hey everyone, my name is Kiko, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of OhmniLabs.
Welcome to the Founders Games. Are you ready?
Yes, definitely ready.
We teleport you into our Metaverse and wait for your pitch. OhmniLabs is a Silicon Valley-based company focused on providing demand-driven robotic solutions. OhmniLabs empowers people to optimize and outperform their everyday tasks. I will monitor your heart rate and your emotions and shall show them to everyone via this AI Founders monitor on the screen. You have 1 minute to pitch. Good luck.
60 seconds pitch starting now.
Hello, investor. And my name is Nick. We have probably the largest service robot fleet in the world right now, with more than 4,000 robots deployed in 49 countries. And so we have been all going through the pandemic, right? And realized that healthcare industry are facing massive workforce challenges with growing demand, with labor shortages and rising labor costs. And our different operation, the disinfection is becoming one of the biggest concerns for hospitals. The total labor cost for operating rooms alone of last year was more than $1 billion. And so with this, we coming out into the space with autonomous self-driving solution, allowing the hospital to disinfect the room in half the time with 5 to 10 times more effectively. Our solution is only half the cost of the existing solution in the market. This market is well educated and it has explosive growth. Thank you.
The clock ran out. Time to answer questions.
Ready for Q&A.
Why is this special? Why is it so much better than other people who are doing this?
Our solution is fully autonomous. And as we're coming out as a robotics company, right, we actually developed the product from the ground up, talking to hospitals, many hospitals, to really understand the pain point and develop the product that address exactly the pain point and fit into their workflow. There's not much of an autonomous solution yet. And the challenge for building an autonomous solution for this space is many different folds, right? So one is that you need to collect the right data. Disinfection is, require a lot of expertise knowledge to do it right. And so we have been collecting a lot of data.
What is the core value driver of the product? What is the core IP?
There are 3 main core IPs that we have. Now, first of all is the cloud, management infrastructure to allow us to, collecting data and, training the robots. The second way is the UI and UX. So we came up with a really interesting way to train the robots by allowing the operating the disinfection team to push the robot around the room once, and the robot will memorize the route for the room. And third is the modular design that allowing our robot to be much lighter, and also we have different type of technology that allowing the robot to disinfect in much shorter time with less power consumption and all that.
Tell us more about your market fit and market adoption. Where are you now? What kind of customers do you have?
We launched the product earlier this year, and we have customers from large hospital systems like the GAs that are already using our product, Providence Hospital System, and Indian Health Services. So deploy in multiple sites for our robot.
So how do you see yourself fitting in the competitive landscape, and why is your solution the best?
And so the way that we approach our robots is that with a modular robotics platform, and so we actually manufacture the robots all in-house in Silicon Valley, and so the cost for our robot is quite low. And right now the price that we're selling to hospitals is already half of competitors, but we still have a huge profit margin, right? And so this way, we have a lot of room to play with. We can disinfect a room in 10 minutes. And so that huge difference, right, of, the time saving, the turnaround time is very important. But, we're looking at hospital usually between cases, they have only, 10, 15 minutes to clean, and then, 30 minutes for the terminal cleaning. And so we make a huge difference.
That was an intense Q&A session, but let's hear the feedback.
The moment of truth. Direct feedback from the jury.
2 observations is one is you're pivoting towards a different, not just different product, but also a different market. And it's a bit hard to assess the risks around that. And the other observation is that is a market that's already quite competitive.
When you present, I think it would be great if you could kind of show some use case in terms of the what kind of performance metrics that you achieve kind of in terms of SLA, right? In terms of the helping hospitals reduce costs, helping them kind of in terms of better KPIs in terms of the readiness of the operation kind of rooms, right?
Competition issue, I don't feel like your answers there were strong enough. I think it's a very crowded space in healthcare with UV and ultrasonic robots, and also these multifunctional robots that all have great teams, leading the company's experts in robotics and in healthcare, and in many cases, strong teams with computer vision and other kind of robotic expertise that would come in handy to creating a sustainable or potentially defensible position.
You need to work, from my perspective, on identifying particularly the product, the market fit, identifying the real addressable market. Hospitals are not easy clients, and the sales cycle comes with some hurdles on the way and some challenges.
Thank you all. I would like to ask all of the jury members to score fuck with OhmniLabs. And now we will show the anonymous scoring by one of the investors. Thanks to everyone. Time to say bye for now to fuck and see who is the next participant.
Participant number 2.
Now let's see who is in the backstage.
Hello, my name is Aaron. I'm the founder and COO/CFO of Noyes Technologies.
Hi Aaron. Are you ready?
I am ready.
We transform you and waiting for you in our Metaverse. Noyes Technologies, founded by BMW, manages to revolutionize and simplify small warehouse automation to boost efficiency in smaller spaces. I will monitor your heart rate and your emotions and shall show them to everyone via this AI Founders monitor on the screen. You have 1 minute to pitch. Good luck.
60 seconds pitch starting now.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to introduce Noyes Technologies to you, which is the first urban fully automated warehouse, which is definitely designed for small spaces. So we are able to doing fully automated click and collect stations in a retail or in a fixed store, or also in a mobile hub. As you can see in the overseas containers, we are able to store 500 to 1000 SKUs in an overseas container, or even in a truck solution. Or what we are just doing right now, beginning, is doing these nano warehouses in industries, or in parcel offices, or in e-commerce businesses. So this is actually the solution of the first time. You can really automate small spaces. You can store ultra-dense goods. You can retrieve it without picking errors, and you're the first warehouse management system on site or integrated with your system.
Let's hear the questions from the jury.
Ready for Q&A.
I guess kind of presumably the main proposition should be cost versus human, right? Cost per order processing versus human. What is the roadmap for you?
So we started in January 2021. We have the serial version ready since summer, and we have the first 4 customer installations done in the second half of this year. So it's a serial one. We are ready to scale for 2023 right now. It's about the labor cost. So what we see is 2 things. This one is a lack of space, and it's a problem with labor shortages, especially in the logistics spaces. So it's not even about cost, it's even about getting the people on, but also about efficiency, of course. Yeah, so it's both sides of the story.
So is the primary market focus on e-commerce, like click and collect, or is it more focused on logistics, trucking, and supply chain? Where's the real opportunity?
We see a wide variety of use cases. So we started last year with the hype of Q-commerce in Europe with Gorilla's Get Here, and I think in the US you also got some dark store companies because they have no opportunity today to automate and to get their way to profitability. In Europe we see a lot of consolidation in this market, so there's not a big case for this year. We need to wait until they sorted this out. And we're going back to our former, where we're coming from, the industries and e-commerce. Just signed BMW this week, and we see click and collect station in Asia, Singapore.
You basically do not mention any competition, or those that you mention say they require higher ceiling, but is that so?
There are two different concepts actually. So there are the companies doing it with aisles, so they just automate the normal highway racking systems, driving with robots through the aisles and storing the goods right and left from the aisles, which is definitely not the best case for density. There are some huge players, maybe you're familiar with AutoStore, they're doing a very dense storage, like a cubic storage, but they have the robots above the system and they need 2 meters of space above the last grid. So in all these areas where you have only 3 or 4 meter in ceiling height, they are not really operating very well. There are more and more competitors coming, trying to also go into smaller markets.
But how do you get access to your customers? So what's your go-to-market? Because you don't mention any partners in addressing these customers. Are you just going direct to them?
Yeah, we started actually going direct, and we have a good network in the B2B, especially in the industry sector. And what we achieved with our system is that we are actually pretty cheap for an automation solution. We've got in a starting point, which you can see here, which starts with 70 or 90K, which is for the most of the companies very easy to decide and easy to achieve. So it's an easy entry point to start with the systems. We're also offering, with a leasing model and a recurring model, a monthly all-inclusive fee of 2,300 euro, for example. And we don't have a fixed point, so you're still flexible. So if you're investing in this automation solution, you can still build it somewhere else, as we don't have any fixed point in production. And for the smaller ones, we offer them the first time a transparency on their stock levels, because we have an integrated WMS system which they can use at the beginning. We are also starting to partnering with big integrators to get it more easy to the big players.
It would be good to understand how you're going to build a lasting competitive advantage over many years.
So we built a shelf system according to our robots. So it's only built out of floor plates and aluminum pillars. So it's very easy to build. It's all made with one screw. So it's for an assembly team. It's only have one screwdriver and you can assemble the whole system. And the unique part is actually the robot we designed, which is very small and very lightweighted. So you can send it via a parcel service. And you can onboard it and offboard it from the customer side. So you don't need any trained people to onboard and offboard the system. And the robot is below 15 kilogram. If you compare it with other competitors, they are 10 times heavier, and it's 1/10 actually of the cost. And combined with the software we develop, we have really a moat against these competitors I know on the market right now.
What's your ESG impact?
If you're not delivering anymore to the doorsteps like e-commerce or the parcel services, and you're going into hubs and doing the last mile, for example, with e-bikes, you can save up to 30% of CO2. And actually the system is running with a normal electric plug, and with the cooling system we are just inventing, we are able to save up to 90% of the energy consumption of normal refrigerators in the retail area.
90%?
90%, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know you have many more questions to ask, but it's time for the feedback.
The moment of truth. Direct feedback from the jury.
One thing that's not completely clear to me still is the initial go-to-market strategy. I can see that you have a number of interesting opportunities across, a variety of customer segments with different and unique adoption models for each of those customers. But the presentation really didn't make clear to me how exactly you're going to get traction in 2023.
Timing is perfect for you. And with the future of so-called economy of proximity, I think your solution being at that level of pricing, ease of use, and fast adoption could be a real market leader.
I think just on the way you present the story, you're very product focused, which is quite common for product companies. I actually think this is more of an execution game than a product game. So I would emphasize the execution and the momentum aspects of it.
Thank you, investors, for your feedback. You can see the anonymous detailed scoring of one of our jury members. The final score is an average of the scores of all investors and shall be presented after the rest of the pitches.
Thank you again, and we are ready to welcome our next participant.
Participant number 3.
Now let's see who is in the backstage.
Greetings, investors. My name is Jack Schorsch. I'm the founder and CEO of IM Systems and the inventor of the best speed reducer in the world, the Archimedes drive. I'm here to compete for capital to accelerate the rollout of our commercial catalog.
Hello, Jack. Are you ready to transform and see us in our Metaverse?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I am transforming you now, and we are waiting for you on our stage. IM Systems seeks to revolutionize what is achievable with drive technology, greatly improving current systems and opening new possibilities. I will monitor your heart rate and your emotions and shall show them to everyone via this AI Founders monitor on the screen. You have 1 minute to pitch. Good luck.
60 seconds pitch starting now.
I'm here to tell you about the beating heart of the robot, the speed reducer. Now, reducers are the key component of the robot that turns electromotor power into usable real-world strength and heaviness. And today's reducers are the problem. They're mature, old technology, they're slow to deliver, very expensive to manufacture, and have lackluster performance. Our new patented technology makes robots faster, more accurate, and more robust than anything else available. As an example, behind me you can see the fastest pick-and-place robot in the world, enabled by our drives. Our customers are right now developing new wearable robotic limbs, new semiconductor manufacturing robots, and of course, the best industrial robots the world's ever seen. Our first commercial drive starts shipping to clients next. ABB, one of the world's largest robot makers, is making a second investment in our partnership. What we are doing impacts the manufacturing of everything, and that will change them. Thank you.
Time is up. Let's hear the questions from the jury.
Ready for Q&A.
I actually, for my sins, I once worked at Siemens's automation and drives division. So one thing I remember is it's a very, very fragmented market with lots of different products fulfilling lots of different types of requirements. And it's a market that is quite difficult to tackle. What's your answer to that?
The market's dominated by two real large players, Harmonic Drive and Tesco. And how we approach this is first our partnership with ABB. So we partnered very early with one of the largest robot makers in the world. They provide technical support for us, but also really a deep understanding of the product adoption cycle. The second thing that gives us a real advantage is our production partner. So we've partnered up with Linamar. They're a large automotive manufacturer, and they're able to deploy the capital and also the quality systems that you need to have a credible position in this market if you want to be adopted.
To what extent this is a kind of high volume market, right? So when you are getting designed in, let's say you get designed into a certain type of welding robot, right? Are these kind of usually high volume robots, or these are kind of those robots are produced in batches for very specific kind of manufacturers?
So let's say relatively high volume on a particular drive design. So you're not customizing the drive each individual robot maker. What you're doing is customizing it for a category of performance. And so you typically would then sell to multiple manufacturers in the same size and performance category. So you're looking at batch sizes that typically start in the thousands of units and then run up into the 10 to 50,000 units per batch.
I understand that you're an ingredient in other robotic systems, but getting more context as to how big that market gets for you, how does it scale over time, and also to really kind of understand why you're the essential ingredient.
This is a market where the highest performing technology wins. And so you've got strain wave gearing and cycloidal gearing used in two different parts of the robot. And the companies that manufacture the best strain wave gears and the best cycloidal gears, they've consumed something like 85% of the market between them. The total market share today is 1.2 billion, and that's growing, that's just for the industrial robots, and that's growing at roughly 15% per year annually. And we believe that we can actually take a market dominating position because our technology is really superior, not only on a raw performance level, but also on a longevity and cost.
How is ABB helping you being on your cap table in such an early stage?
ABB is extremely valuable in helping us understand the adoption requirements that you're going in here. So you're making like a fully validated and qualified industrial product. So they've helped us build our test facilities. They've helped us design our test cycles to make sure that they're actually going to meet the acceptance criteria going into these large industrial companies. And having ABB on the cap table has actually been an advantage for us because it's seen as a signal that we're delivering a quality technological program, which is essential for adoption.
I know you have many more questions to ask, but it's time for the feedback.
The moment of truth. Direct feedback from the jury.
I mean, to be frank, I'm skeptical about the space overall, as I think shown through a little bit. But I do think you have basically identified the most attractive part of it. And you seem to have a product that could really make a difference. I think the clever partnering is absolutely key while maintaining value in the company. That makes any sense. Because what often then happens is you're so dependent on the partners that it makes it quite difficult then to really create value inside the company as opposed to outside of it.
I think it's great that you, as mentioned, I think it's great to have ABB here in the picture as a partner. I think what would be really interesting is to have any anecdotal evidence that the manufacturers actually be, not just ABB, other manufacturers actually kind of concerned that being speed reducer is a key issue. I think any kind of references would help.
I think the product is definitely a strong one, and your team obviously is well positioned to execute on it. I think the scalability and sustainability of the business model over time is something that I'd be concerned about, just in terms of, what kind of material IP advantage do you really have that enables you to outlast the competition until the next best drive comes along that, somehow obsoletes what you're doing.
Thank you, investors, for your feedback. You can see the anonymous detailed scoring of one of our jury members. Thank you all. And now it's time to move on with the next participant.
Participant number 4.
I wonder who is getting ready to pitch next. Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Harry Floor. I'm CEO of Beyond Imagination. I'm here to win the Founders Game and solve the labor crisis.
Welcome to the Founders Games, Harry. Are you ready?
I am very ready.
We teleport you into our metaverse and wait for your pitch. Beyond Imagination leads the AI industry in developing autonomous general-purpose AI for physical work, with a team combining over 150 years of combined experience in AI and robotics. They achieved a remarkable milestone by completing their first AI robotic prototype within a single year. I will monitor your heart rate and your emotions and shall show them to everyone via this AI Founders monitor on the screen. You have 1 minute to pitch. Good luck.
60 seconds, pitch starting now.
Company was formed in 2018 to create the world's most advanced general-purpose AI humanoid platform. I think we have achieved that so far. We have mostly bootstrapped the company to date. We have 8 granted patents. System consists of an AI brain, a robot, which is trained through a human through our platform. Our humanoid robots are designed to replace 2.8 workers. We provide a savings between 50 and 75% on labor costs, depending upon which business that we are in. Our customers see an immediate labor savings. We are ESG compliant and a green labor solution. We have limitless scalability. Once a skill is learned by the robot, it can be transferred to any number of robots. And the great thing is no training is needed. We have signed with both of our customers with our agriculture We have an advance order of 1,000 robots for the next 5 years.
Time is up. Let's hear the questions from the jury.
Ready for Q&A.
This idea of our humanoid robots of taking over tasks, that's been around for decades. I didn't quite get why you were cracking this.
We have focused on actually creating a product, whereas most companies in the past have been creating research demos. We have demonstrated the ability to do super complex tasks, which no other robot has been able to do, using both hands, human-like wrists. So we've shown our ability to do complex tasks. We've also tested it in medical centers. We've tested it in ag, and that's what's led us to our customer.
Is there kind of a use case and kind of a low-hanging fruit use case that you are aiming to address?
The low-hanging use case is, and we purposely chose both surgical and the ag because they're actually similar, even though they don't seem similar, but they also demonstrate the general purpose nature of the robot. So for Cobotic Surgical Inc., their task is they want to have the robot be a surgical tech. So the robot handing instruments to the doctor, but also being able to clean those instruments after a operation's done if it's no longer being used for surgery. So it's being trained right now for being able to not only hand the instruments to the doctor, but learn the doctor's preferences. So that's our first use case in the medical field. With Self Labs, it's in a grow box, self-contained environment, again, like a surgical room. There's no humans or other moving objects. Its whole task is basically take over planting and harvesting of the crops in the grow.
I need to understand here, what are you selling? Are you selling the robot as a product?
The product is the entire ecosystem platform. So in essence, it's like an iPhone. The robot is the iPhone, and all the software and AI is everything else. There's 4 fees. There's the robot itself, the maintenance, the seats, and the AI.
Why you're so passionate about this space, why are you the guy, and why will there be a world with avatar robots in it?
I'm passionate about it, and I did create the Avatar X Prize to actually create this ecosystem because this is a new product. They don't really exist in the marketplace today. And you need more than just my company out there to grow that market. So actually having competitors for me is actually a good thing. And the reason it's inevitable is because you could just look at the AI. We're very, very, very smart with AI. The bigger part of our product is our AI engine, how we train it. We use a 3-step reinforcement learning process, which we have patented. So in uniqueness, it's both the AI software, how we're training it. Our hardware is extremely advanced in terms of having very articulate hands and wrists and arms, but that are also strong.
Is there one kind of on your technology approach? Is there one that you are substantially ahead of any approaches currently in the market that will enable you to crack that issue?
Yes. I would say we are ahead with our AI brain. We're also ahead with our actual hardware. We would put our robot against any other robot. In fact, we have, which is why I create this competition. And we found no one that can come close to what we can achieve, both with our hardware and our software.
When did you have the robot ready, and since when are you trying to commercialize it?
So we completed the first prototype in 2021. We've done 3 revisions on it. The current version was completed in the summer. We'll be using that one for the initial product. So we'll be doing an upgrade as we move forward. We'll continue to upgrade the AI and the software as well as the hardware.
I know you have many more questions to ask, but it's time for the feedback.
The moment of truth. Direct feedback from the jury.
It's a difficult one to give feedback on because obviously you know what you're doing, and it's an exciting market, exciting product. That's probably something to maybe emphasize even more, that you're not just a robotics lab developing a humanoid robot, but this very concrete traction it's really starting to happen.
For me, what would be interesting to understand is that when you're saying that you're better in terms of both the software and the hardware, what does that actually mean? Kind of showing some KPIs in terms of what you're getting versus some other players which are addressing, parts of what you're doing.
Perhaps just emphasize the depth and the scale of the market as you see it going forward, because this is a huge market and a huge application. And having actually seen the robot do everything from make an omelet to mix drinks to treat patients in a clinic, I think there's a lot of applications for the technology. And thank you.
And here's the anonymous scoring by one of the investors. Now, to keep things fair, there will be a slight difference when calculating Harry's final scoring. Since Beyond Imagination is already in Ajay's company portfolio, Ajay won't be scoring Harry's participation, meaning Beyond Imagination's final scoring will be the average of the scores of the rest of the jury members. And that was Dr. Harry Claw with Beyond Imagination. With that, we've heard all the participants from the Robotics vertical, and it's time to invite the founders back on stage for the final scoring. Are you excited to hear who the winner is?
Woohoo! Yes, we are.
All right then. I'll start with Tuk with OhmniLabs, who gets an average score of 38 points. Good job, Tuk. Next, with 42 points average score, we have Aaron with Noyes Technologies. Congratulations, Aaron. We continue with IM Systems and Jack, who has 40 points. Well done, Jack. Very close to Aaron. Finally, Harry with Beyond Imagination gets an average score of 42 points, making both him and Aaron the winners this episode. Congratulations, Harry and Aaron. And to the rest of the founders, it's an amazing feat to qualify for the third round of Founders Games among over 3,000 applicants. You are all incredible, and we hope to see you reach further next season. Now let's hear the feedback from the founders.
It's been a very exciting and interesting experience. I really enjoyed the question from all the judges. Very on point, and definitely something that I will try to address better next time. I just wish we had more time to chat about this really cool details. Thank you for having me.
The experience is awesome. So it was a totally different pitch than I'm used to. So we are used actually to 3-minute pitches. 1 minute was pretty new, but the long Q&A session covered a lot of topics. So that's pretty interesting. And the feedback was so valuable. And it covered totally different topics than we are used from our existing investors or existing pitches. So shifting the presentation into another direction. Because of course, all these German engineers are presenting a lot of products. It's not always about execution and about market share and about opportunities. That's a great feedback to just twist this a little bit around and go in another direction. So that's very worthwhile for the next round, hopefully. And I'm very happy that we could make it to the semi-finals.
I thought the feedback was quite good. I appreciate the opportunity to hear it. I wish we'd have had more time to dig into some of the questions, especially I saw there was quite a lot of technical questions I could see people wanting answers on. Unfortunately, that's just the format of it. I'll be working on trying to make sure I can incorporate that a little bit more into the pitch. Even though with a 1 minute time frame, it's tough to cover everything. The opportunity is great for founders to get visibility and share their message beyond just their normal networks with the Founders Games.
I found the Founders Game very illuminating, actually, just not only to hear the feedback that I received, but also the feedback that the other competitors received. And I thought it was very enlightening. It will make me go back, actually, and adjust some things. In fact, after this event, I will be having a meeting with my team.
That wraps up the last episode in the third round of Founders Games, everyone. Make sure to join us for the semi-finals to see the best founders of each vertical measure up against each other and find out who will advance to the grand final round in Davos to win a share of the big $6 million award.